everybody, welcome back to Cloak Engaged, and today we are attempting to defeat the Old Dragonslayer. Hopefully we can defeat this enemy, so let's get into it and see what happens. Alright, we're gonna come up here to the Cathedral of Blue. Maybe, I really doubt it, but maybe we can beat this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and use Estus, see if he'll heal. He does not, so that was a waste. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a cutscene? No, there's not a cutscene.
No.
He
I put your shield.
comes out of the, yeah, he charges. Yeah.
Now, this boss is either a giant cameo to Dark Souls 1, or it is someone wearing his armor, or it is him, and he's just immortal. No one's figured it out. It's one of the mysteries of Dark Souls.
And he slays. He's good.
Yeah. A lot of people say that this is the first real boss that you'll fight.
Yeah, and he's completely optional, so if you guys don't even want to fight him until you're a higher level, and I'm about to end up having to do this on my own.
But see, that's a great way to use an NPC, especially like Glencore, who isn't that smart. Make the boss attack him and then hit him in the back while he's getting kicked, and then as you see, by the time Glencore dies, you're probably going to have him at 1/4 HP and be able just to
got us both.
beat him.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use Estus, because I like to have full health, and about one more hit or so he'll be down.
Back left. Oh.
Yep, he's vanquished, so I'm going to pull out my shield.
Yeah. Now it's just let him attack then while he's...
What?
Yeah, that's a lot of mistakes people make. This is one of the bosses.
He wrecked me last time. I might actually die.
Yeah, this is one of the bosses, the few bosses in the game, where putting up your shield is...
Yep, I'm dead.
Oh.
I made the mistake of using my Estus right there, and then he had the ability to attack me again, so... And if you die in this game, don't sweat it. You're gonna die a lot. Well, unless you're Trenton, apparently, but...
Yeah.
That's kind of the backstory of the game. Even on the case, it says prepare to die on it. That's Dark Souls 1, which you die a lot more.
Yeah, and...
So, basically, I gotta redo all of that.
There's not a huge penalty to death.
And I'm hollowed, so I cannot summon Masterless Glencore again unless... I'll just go ahead and do it because I don't like this character anyway. I use human effigies. Confirm?
Don't put him on your hotbar.
Already did.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool guy.
And then he just smashes it into him and humanity restored. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that off there because I don't need that. I don't need that either. But I need that. And maybe that.
Yeah, but like I was saying,
Yeah, I need that.
Old Dragonslayer is one of the few bosses in the game where you want to roll first and shield later. Because most other bosses in the game, it's have your shield up, then if you run into a super dangerous situation, roll.
Right. So I kind of assumed that I would die. Actually, no. Summon. And then you make mistakes like that, and it's just extremely, extremely frustrating and embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, one thing that helps is you can't treat dying like it's a failure state or something.
Right.
It's a mechanic. It's something that teaches you.
Yeah, you gotta learn off your deaths.
Yeah.
But I make mistakes like that a lot, and this game it's gonna take forever for me to actually finish this game.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, there's a certain point about halfway through the game where if you're building a character right, it's just the break point where you go from everything's a little difficult to I can pretty much kill everything and bosses are still giving me a little bit of trouble.
And this is hurting me inside to use all of these human effigies because it's just not something that you do.
Yeah.
But for the show's sake, we'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and then
And if you look over there, you can see that the character he's respawned. I can pull up my. Let me see. There it is. We can pull up our binoculars.
Wrong screen.
Whatever. It's not that important. But anyway, there's a character over there because they respawn every time you die or rest at a bonfire. And I'm not going to aggro him. Well, I will aggro him, but I'm not going to lock onto him right away. I'll pick that up a little bit. I'm going to summon him again. And you can summon these guys as long as you're human, as many times as you want, because they're NPCs, not actual characters.
Oh yeah, and the only downside to summoning somebody is make sure that they can pull their weight and damage.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I believe every summon you have adds 50% to all health and damage numbers of every enemy.
Oh yeah, I noticed that, but it seemed to me more like your weapons didn't do as much damage.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
one and the same.
it's kind of hard to test if the enemies are 50% stronger, if you're 50% weaker.
There you go. And this guy, he's a tank. Oh, he died. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go summon him again. He got pushed off the edge there, and I think I can summon him. I hope so, anyway. Does not appear that I can, so I am alone on this. Alright. And basically, I'm just waiting for these guys to come down here. I'm not gonna go run at him and get myself killed. Okay. The wrong way. Rule 3s generally. I think this guy actually attacks 4 times.
No matter which combo he's doing.
But I like to roll because rolling is just faster and easier for me. And make sure you don't run around with your shield held up.
Yeah, it just cuts your stamina regen in half almost.
I was really hoping to be able to summon him again. I could go rest at the bonfire, but actually I'm going to. And this is taking a lot of time, but I really want him with me because he's a big help. And you'll notice that my health is regenerating on its own even after I use the life gem because I'm wearing a ring, what's it called?
Ring of Restoration.
The Ring of Restoration. Right there. No, it's the life ring.
No, it's
no, never mind. It is. That just boosts maximum HP. And then you rest. And all the enemies will be back again, so I really wish I had the old whip because it does a lot of damage even though it breaks quickly. It does 200 some damage per hit, which is pretty helpful because you can get those guys down in 3 or 4 hits. And then he's back. Summonable. So, let's see if we can do this again. I think I like the movie guy because I can now get 4 hits in and he drops something. Hopefully it might be some of that old armor. No.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I guess I used both those.
The rapier is one of the top dexterity weapons of the game. The only reason it's doing bad right now is because dexterity, you're not going to be good in the early game. You're going to be you're a late game character because all dexterity is just you need to have 40 dex and a weapon that scales A.
And I was not paying attention. and he punished me for not paying attention. He has really strong hits, so I don't even know if I'm going to get to this boss, maybe. Unless you want to take it over.
I'll get to the boss. I'm
Okay,
not,
well,
not fighting Old Dragonslayer.
We're going to give up the controller here and let Trenton do his thing. I've never seen those in my life.
The claws?
Yeah, the claws, are they good?
Yeah.
Really? If you like punching?
They really upgraded fist weapons in Dark Souls 2.
I actually have a bunch of those.
Yeah, those are how you duel in the Blue Covenant, and then when you're summoned, you can use those to heal the person who summoned
Are
you.
you going to do a hollowed?
Well, wait, I'll show you my craze. The reason I'm doing this is
And there's more than one way to return to human.
yeah, you can put your summon sign down, and then even the best get hit. Yeah, but you only have SS Flask.
Yeah, I guess I used my gem,
Yeah,
or I
it's cool.
died or something. I didn't get it picked back up or something like that.
It's
But even that way, you don't lose them. Never mind.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, there is a couple ways to be returned to human. You can either use their human effigy, like I was doing, or you set down your summoning sign, and if you get summoned and you complete the boss or the area, you are human again. And he's gonna do a little archery. Got one more. Which actually took down a lot of his health. Should be able to two-hit him.
Oh. Well, bows are dexterity weapons, so if you're using any dexterity weapon, you'd be stupid not to use a bow.
And that is a really strong attack. That over the head slash right there. And sometimes you don't get all 3 hits in. I usually attempt, but I don't generally get it.
I might use a healing item after I beat this guy.
Yeah, you can
Just because
use anything you have.
Estus really needs to be kept for boss fights.
Right.
Like even when you have 12 Estus flasks,
Mhm.
I'm still very indecisive about using them outside of boss fights.
Mhm.
Very easy way to kill these guys is just circle strafe them, because all their attacks hit directly in front of them.
There you go. Sometimes you'll get that good old 5-hit combo in there.
Yeah. Or another thing I could do is see if you just wait a while without getting hit. Ring of Restoration will pretty much clean you up.
Mm-hmm. It takes a good while though.
Yeah. And this is always a good thing to do. Clear out the enemies that were killing the NPC and summon him again to do basically just the last couple enemies and the boss.
Right. You picked up another one of those. And basically, to use this many human effigies is kind of you don't do it. It's just really kind of unheard of because
they give you 4 at Dragonslayer's Gate.
yeah.
So what I always do is I just don't count those 4,
Mhm.
just in case if I use them on Dragonslayer, then it's a neutral thing for me. Like, oh, I got them there, I used them there.
Right.
I basically never had them. It's good. But usually I shy away from using effigies. I just get summoned
Yeah.
because that's the faster way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The only bad thing about Masterless Claim Court
Is he's a tank and he likes to play as a tank, so he just runs into battle.
he doesn't understand the finesse of combat.
Yeah, he
likes
just,
hitting things.
Right.
Like, he might die here because he's kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he's not the brightest, but he can take a lot of hits, and he can punish. There was an item back there if you want it.
Oh, probably blue cracked eye orbs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cracked blue eye orbs. Trying to think if... Did you go down the stairs?
Yeah, I think we picked up... No, I did not.
This is where you gotta be careful.
Yeah. I was playing online with some guy, I don't remember who it was, because you don't remember the names usually unless they're really good.
Yeah.
But he went down there and he rolled off or something. It was kind of funny, honestly. I felt bad for him, but I laughed a little inside because I made the same mistake, and it humors me. But this guy's not even that difficult, really. After you kind of get the flow of the other ones, of the other giant high characters. Let's see. Alright, now we are back at the boss. So, let's go ahead and attempt this again. Should I use my Estus? I don't really want to.
Do you have any other healing items?
I have a Divine Blessing.
Yeah, go ahead and use that, because that's just one of those things that there's no great time to use it, but there's no really bad time either.
Guys use that on me all the time. That's an online play item, and if they use that, they banish you. And
yeah.
It's like, okay, well, why'd you summon me in the first place?
Well,
if you don't want my help.
When you go to summon somebody, it shows the character's name.
Right.
It doesn't show like your actual name, so a lot of people just tend to get confused when they're looking for a friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna help, I think.
Hey, a little bit helps. Alright, so we're back at the boss. Let's see if we can... I really doubt I'll beat him. I might.
You had him close last time.
Shield up.
If you show the same strategy of letting Glencore take a beating while you stab him in the back.
Yeah. Alright. No. That's not what I wanted to do. Get away. Or I can let Masterless Glencore punish.
Well, either way it works. It's just
Yeah.
Masterless Glencore does not do as much damage for some reason. Because the sword he's using is actually a really good sword, but for some reason when he uses it, it just loses every good quality about it.
I mean, he could get him, honestly, and all I would have to do is... I missed a bunch.
That was good.
Yeah. If you run out of dex, generally you put your shield down, it'll come back just enough for a roll.
See, this is the one thing I love about Masterless Glencore is he's not smart in going through areas, but in a boss room, he knows that if you're getting hit, that's wrong, and he needs to get hit.
Right.
It's almost like they programmed his AI to basically say, get hit.
Yeah. And he's actually got more health than I do right now.
Well, yeah.
And generally, you can take as much time as you need with a boss fight. You don't have to rush through these.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get around to the back of him because he's punishing right there, so...
We're seeing one of the many good things about strength weapons and giant swords is just being able to stun somebody until they die. Back. Yeah, that's a very deadly attack.
Hopefully he doesn't come at me. Okay.
Yeah. Now the way a boss picks who to go after is a very complex thing.
Did we get him?
He's got like 1 HP left.
Alright, and that is the Old Dragonslayer.
Yeah.
Victory is achieved.
And you get 2 pretty good items there.
Yep, you get the Old Dragonslayer soul, which I'm going to go ahead and save it. And you get the Old Leo ring.
Yeah, and then...
Which I can go ahead and equip that as
Here,
well.
it strengthens the weapon, thrust weapons counterattack, which when you're using a rapier, there's no reason not to do that.
Yeah, it is a thrust weapon.
And what that basically means is it gives a little extra damage to just hitting with rapier, and then parrying gets a 50% bonus. When you stun somebody and do the little guard break and do that animation.
And I actually didn't know this until I was playing at Trenton's house. Come down here.
Yeah. Generally, after every boss, there's somewhere a safe place with a bonfire.
There's a bonfire.
This is also the site for the Knights of the Blue
Yep, and we are going to
PvP.
go ahead and do that since we have about 10 minutes remaining.
Because all three of those statues right there are how you queue up for a PvP arena.
And if you noticed, I was going to hint at this a little bit ago before I went down there, but if you notice, Masterless Glencore actually, he disappears after you defeat the boss, or I think it's 5 minutes or something like that.
Well, he was a full summon. Full summons usually last for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the shades that last for 5 minutes.
Well, anyway, after you beat the boss, the shades and the guys, they leave. They're gone. They go back to their spawn point.
Yeah.
The phantoms, I guess that's what they're called. We're going to go ahead and talk to this guy. There's 2 boxes before, but they'll make a lot more sense after you talk to him.
Transient being. This is no place for one such as you. Be gone. You are not needed.
And he doesn't like you.
Yeah. The reason he says this is he's the Covenant Master of the Knights of the Blue. And to become a Knight of the Blue, you need to prove that you're worthy of having a pure heart and helping everyone.
It's basically, if I'm going to go ahead and talk to him again.
Yeah.
Transient being.
Basically, you need to get summoned and have a token of fidelity. And he'll be like, he'll be like, you've proven yourself worthy.
So, yeah, at the moment, I can't join this covenant because if I just keep talking to him, he'll say the exact same
And
thing
then
over
there's
again. So we'll go ahead and grab these. That was kind of a disappointment. That would have took up quite a bit of time. But anyway, go ahead and grab these chests and hide an iron mask and a tower shield.
great mask and a great shield if you can use
I
it.
can't use that shield because my guy has nowhere near enough strength. Even my strength and
But
dex
also,
character.
I think that's the first
Yeah.
other shield type we've gotten, so maybe we should just show
Yeah,
it.
I'll show it. But and then we got some cracked blue eye orbs.
Yeah. Which you can only use if you're in the Blue Covenant.
Yeah,
So what we're using now is a normal shield. It can
we're
parry, it
using
can
the
block.
large leather shield. Okay.
Yeah, it's normal. But then there's a tower shield, which this is classed as a
Mhm.
great shield.
It says unable to use this item effectively with preset attributes, which means I don't have enough strength to use this item.
Yeah, because there's strengths shields, and this is one of them. And the basic difference is, take it out like block, is that you basically become a towered man, and then instead of parrying, you get
Wait, hold up. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what it was. But anyway, he smashes it.
that's basically an instant guard block.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not playing a finesse character that does a lot of parry damage, you're gonna want to have one of those and a big stick and just slap people. Wrong screen. And then I love that mask.
I really like this mask too. I like it better, a lot better than the Falconer
Yeah,
helm because I don't like that giant feather. It just bugs me so much.
I think it makes sense. But the only thing I don't like about this mask is if you look closely, there's no way for you to see out of this.
Mm-mm.
This is a plate of iron taped to your face.
And I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because I really don't have and save everything. Don't discard something just because you can't use it.
Yeah.
Because
Just because you don't know what lore an item will have in its description, you don't know if you'll ever respec or need to use that shield.
what was that? Gestures.
Yeah.
I actually like these gestures. Some of them are kind of funny. A lot of times online you'll use a lot of gestures like say you get summoned. What I'll do usually out of a sign of respect is I'll bow. Well, that's not bowing, that's waving. But I bow to him saying like thank you, I'll help you out and stuff like that. There it is,
yeah.
like that. And then they'll generally bow back because that's
You get some you get some stuff in the back half of the game that you can just tell are meant for PvP arenas where you just use it to make them mad. So this area is done.
And honestly, you don't really have another reason to come back here until after you get a token of fidelity.
Yeah.
And you can come back here and join the Covenant of the Blue.
Yeah, and the other thing is, after every boss, you need to go to Majula.
Yeah, so...
Because no matter how high level you are, there's something you can spend the thousands of souls that you get from bosses on.
Travel back to Majula. We're running down about the 5 minutes, which that's actually worked out perfectly.
Yeah. So we can level up and then maybe look if we can get one more upgrade on the rapier.
Actually, I was going to switch to a different dex.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like thrusting weapons. It's just something about them. I like slashing.
I don't know. I'm the opposite. I like the swordsman look of having a buckler and a rapier.
So actually, and I'm going to do that first and then spend my souls afterwards. You know, it's probably not the smartest thing to do. But...
Don't you have a falchion in your inventory?
I don't think so. I thought I did. Actually, I do. Why have I not been using it?
Here's the other example. It's because it's plus nothing. Here's the other, go out, and here's the other example of a dex weapon.
I didn't equip
Just
it.
put it on your second, then you can switch. Oh. Here, go out into the open. This is the other example of a dex weapon. It's slashing, it has wide arcs, and it's basically meant to just constantly hit, and it's fast. I prefer poking weapons just because...
Oh, that's cool.
Just because I love poking weapons, and there's one rapier near the end of the game that's the best dex weapon in the game, to me at least.
Alright, and actually what we're going to do is we're not going to mess around with anything else. But every time you always come back to Majula. That's just your hub, that's your everything, okay? So basically, this has been Cloaking Jaged, and to make sure you tune in next time. I will actually be playing Assassin's Creed, like I said last time. But instead of 3, I decided I'm going to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So, make sure you tune in next time, and this has been Cloaking Jaged. Have a good one.